Blog Talk Radio.
Franchise interviews. From Easton, Pennsylvania to Sydney, Australia, you're listening to Franchise Interviews. Franchise Interviews. Welcome to Franchise Interviews. Franchise Interviews has been giving an up-close, behind-the-scenes look at franchising and entrepreneurship. Listen to interviews with franchisers, franchisees, franchise authors, franchise experts, and attorneys. And now, welcome your host, Marty McDermott, and Franchise Interviews.
Hi everyone, and welcome to a very special edition of Franchise Interviews, where for over 9 years we've been asking the entrepreneurs who own one. I'm your host, Marty McDermott. I'm the president of Franchise Interviews, and we have a great show today. We're meeting with Andrew Pudalov, the founder and CEO of Rush Bowls. And Rush Bowls was launched in 2004 when founder Andrew Pudalov decided to leave the hustle and bustle of New York's financial scene to pursue his dream of creating a healthy, fast-dining restaurant that fueled people's lives with honest ingredients and delicious recipes. We're going to talk to Andrew about that in just a moment on Franchise Interviews. So stick around because we have a great show.
The Stone Coat Franchise Opportunity. Are you looking for a unique and lucrative franchise opportunity? If so, take a look at Stone Coat. With a patented process which creates a true stone finish on almost any wall or ceiling, Stone Coat is a true game-changing product in the multi-billion-dollar construction industry. Stone Coat is applied faster, cleaner, and cheaper than conventional quarried stone, which saves both time and money. With advantages in remodel and new construction of both residential and commercial projects, Stone Coat is a true crossover product. The Stone Coat franchise opportunity provides a low startup cost, low operating expenses, comprehensive training, ongoing support, and no royalty payments. For more information on the Stone Coat franchise opportunity, go to www.stonecoatfranchise.com. That's www.stonecoatfranchise.com, or call us at 972-380-2700. That's 972-380-2700.
Franchise Teacher.
Would you like to know how to franchise your concept or grow your franchise business?
Meet the experts at Franchise Teacher.
The goal of Franchise Teacher is to teach, coach, consult, and advise. The team of experts at Franchise Teacher will evaluate your business model and present you with a winning business strategy.
Franchise Teacher will help you decide whether or not your concept works and if it's franchisable. Franchise Teacher is proud to have over 30 years of experience in franchising as both franchisees and franchisors.
Franchise Teacher are developers of over a dozen franchise systems, which include brick and mortar as well as home-based concepts of nearly 3,000 combined franchise locations.
Whether you need to add more units or get more customers, Franchise Teacher can help. We will teach.
Franchise Teacher will help you learn our proven system.
Coach.
Franchise Teacher will help you provide a game plan to succeed.
Consult.
Franchise Teacher will make sure you stay on track.
And advise.
Franchise Teacher will help you learn from our over 30 years of experience in franchising as both franchisees and franchisors. Take advantage of our free, no-obligation phone consultation. Simply go to franchiseteacher.com or call us at 561-385-3032.
That's franchiseteacher.com or call us at 561-385-3032.
Hi, this is Connie McDermott, Administrative Assistant for Franchise Interviews, LLC, and you're listening to Franchise Interviews.
Blog Talk Radio.
Franchise Interviews. From Easton, Pennsylvania to Sydney, Australia, You're listening to Franchise Interviews. Franchise Interviews. Welcome to Franchise Interviews. Franchise Interviews has been giving an up-close, behind-the-scenes look at franchising and entrepreneurship. Listen to interviews with franchisers, franchisees, franchise authors, franchise experts, and attorneys. And now, welcome your host, Marty McDermott, and Franchise Interviews.
Hi, everyone, and welcome back to a very special edition of Franchise Interviews, where for over 9 years we've been asking the Franchpreneurs one-on-one. I'm your host, Marty McDermott. I'm the president of Franchise Interviews, and as we were saying earlier, we have a great show today. We're meeting with Andrew Pudalov, the founder and CEO of Rush Bowls. And Rush Bowls was launched in 2004 when founder Andrew decided to leave the hustle and bustle of New York's financial scene to pursue his dream of creating a healthy, fast dining restaurant that fueled people's lives with honest ingredients and delicious recipes. Hi, Andrew. How you doing? Welcome to the show.
Oh, I'm doing great. Excited to talk to you today.
Oh, thank you. The pleasure is mine, Andrew. I always like to ask our guests where you're calling from this morning, and I have a good feeling. Where are you calling from this morning?
I'm calling from sunny Boulder, Colorado.
That's fantastic. It's beautiful there. How's the weather there today, Andrew?
Oh, it's beautiful. I think it's a high of 85 and, crystal clear skies. Can't complain.
That's fantastic. That's great. This was an interesting story. When I was reading about you and the franchise, Andrew, I thought there was a great story here, and it's one of the reasons why, we started the show almost 10 years ago, is we found that, franchises just like yourself have a great story, and here you are, you're working in New York. Maybe we can go back to, talking a little bit about the history of Rush Bowls, what prompted you to create the company and where you guys are today.
Sure. So 2000, really it all started after 9/11. We were living in Manhattan, and the destruction of 9/11 really set a force in motion that really transformed our lives, my wife and I, and
Right.
we had two little kids. So right there, after losing a number of friends, I decided I did not want to live in New York, and I wanted to pursue a goal of providing healthy foods to people that really appreciate them and want them and want to eat them. So we made a conscious decision to leave and move to Boulder, Colorado, and we left in 2004 to move to Boulder, Colorado, and start Rush. And one of the ideas behind it was providing healthy nutrition. When I lived in New York City, and going back, 10 years, there was nothing. Your kids, and we would go out
Right.
to eat, and the choice is a hot dog or grilled cheese, pizza, or chicken fingers. And it right there struck a chord with me. I wanted to provide healthy nutrition. So when I moved to Boulder, we opened a Rush Bowls on the hill, which is by the university, and right away started launching into the whole bowl concept. And from there, it just has taken off.
It's wonderful, Andrew. I like yourself, and that's, what prompted me to have you on the show, too, is I had a similar experience. I was working on Madison Avenue, in the 90s, and I can't tell you how unhealthy I ate every single day because, you're just constantly on the go and everything was like rush, rush, rush. So I can't tell you how many hot dogs I ate during my time working in Manhattan. Of course, I started gaining weight, and I always feel like really tired, when I came back from lunch, and I had to be on because, my job was sales, and here I am feeling sluggish. And I said, God, I wish like something like this existed back at that time, because it really is that, that healthy alternative that really gives you energy, doesn't it? It doesn't make you sluggish, during, after lunch or a snack or anything like that, does it?
No, it is fantastic. It's what we provide is a full meal filled with nutrients and delicious fruit, and we even put vegetables in. So not only is it nutritious, it's energizing, and you don't have, a lot of times if someone eats something that may not be as healthy or either has a lot of sugar in it, we have natural fruits in it, so you have a prolonged energy throughout the day to keep you going. Not only that, it's a meal, it's a breakfast, lunch, or dinner, and our consumers consume it that way. they know that if they have a Rush Bowl, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, they're good all day. And that's why we've been there 12 years in Boulder, Colorado, and that's a long time for one of the businesses here. We're really part of the institution here in Boulder.
Is the audience for Rush Bowl, would you say it's a younger audience, Andrew? Is it the millennials? I find I'm not in the millennial, I'm older than that particular category, but, I find that people, in my group today are starting to also eat healthier, but, who would you say is, your customers?
And that's a great question. We have customers of all age groups. I would say that the millennials and Z generation, which is the younger generation, up to really 50 or 55 and younger, I would say, is our target audience. They want grab and go. They want quick, nutritious meals. We also actually started, in 2011, I started a wholesale company, frozen forms of what we make fresh in store. So you can't compare to eating it fresh, but this is the closest thing you can to, and we did that. And we're in a lot of hospitals, resorts, Whole Foods in the Rocky Mountain region. And that's for people that can't come to the store. It's too far or whatever it may be. But those are actually moms buying it for their children or themselves. Think of a much more nutritious yogurt that's much more filling, and they're using it without the dairy issues and some of the other issues. One thing also unique about Rush Bowls is that we focus on providing, anyone with any type of allergy, we really can accommodate you with a nutritious meal to go. And that's a big focus of our business, just making sure everyone, no matter what their allergy may be, and that's a huge increase in the population, unfortunately, that they have and can enjoy a nutritious meal on the go.
Did you know at the time, Andrew, when you go back, to 2004, did you realize that this was going to make a good franchise, because it seems like the model, in studying it, is fairly easy to duplicate. And, of course, this concept applies to really anywhere in the United States and almost the world, doesn't it? But did you know that franchising would be a good means of distribution?
Well, I wish I could say yes. But at the time when I moved here, I was global head of a derivative trading desk. I wanted to do something I had no knowledge about and build it from scratch. And it's been an incredible learning experience, and it's been wonderful on every level, from understanding retail, understanding wholesale. And I think that's what helped me build out this creativity. And then meeting Buddy Brown, who's my partner on the franchising, he really is an incredible partner. He has an extreme knowledge within franchising, and it really brought to light what we could do nationwide. And not even nationwide. We have interest throughout the world. We have a huge amount of interest in Canada, in India, in the Middle East, and Europe. So we're going to grow very quickly and very fast. But it's certainly, you're always learning, and that's the beauty of it, and that's why I love it so much.
It sounds like when I was reading the story about Rush Bowls, too, as you were having, I think, customers coming into the store asking, how can I own one of these? And I think that was probably one of the signs, too, wasn't it?
Oh, all the time. And you want to really help them and say, yes, you can.
Yeah.
And in 2011, I launched the wholesale. So, being at the time, you can't launch too many things all at once. And that's why, meeting with Buddy Brown, it really put into cement, having a huge infrastructure to really grow the business immensely.
What's your favorite? When you go into your own places, Andrew. Do you have a particular favorite that you look for? And what are some of the popular items on the menu?
Well, they're all good. That's part of the success of the business. All the bowls, we have 30 of them, and they're all delicious. It's really what fruit you're in the mood or what vegetables you're in the mood for. Mostly it's fruit-based. My personal favorite, we do something called the peanut butter and jelly bowl. What makes it really unique is that we grind our own peanut butter and make our own jam.
Wow.
So we know what the ingredients are. We don't put anything in the peanut butter. It's just fresh ground peanut butter, blended in with some strawberries, whatever milk, if you want almond milk, coconut milk, soy milk, or milk. bananas, and just blended together with all these different fruits. And then not only that, we top it with a little fresh peanut butter and fresh jam. And it just, the texture and the granola that we use, an organic hemp granola, and honey, and the texture of it with fresh bananas on top, it makes your mouth water just thinking about it. I love that. We have a lot of different acai bowls. So if you're in the mood for acai, which we've had for 12 years, and, you know, they're all good. We have Jungle Book if you want something a little more tropical. But if I wanted just my favorite meal of the day would be my peanut butter and jelly bowl. It's incredible.
That's fantastic. Your industry seems to be, I mean, I imagine there's growth in your particular segment too, Andrew. You know, I mean, you know, of course, you know, we can see, you know, that people, of course, are, you know, eating more healthy. You know, are there numbers like on your particular industry? I mean, I guess it's safe to say that there's growth, you know, in your particular segment, isn't there?
Yeah, I mean, the numbers are off the charts. You know, understanding both the wholesale, which would be grocery, and then the retail. And it is a $1 trillion industry, healthy and all natural foods. Right. And fast casual is actually just now, you know, catching up to what all the supermarkets are doing. And if everyone can realize when they walk into the supermarkets now, there's a much greater focus on natural and healthy foods, thank goodness. And fast casual is headstrong running right now to catch up and even build out that. So we're the time on this is just incredible, and we're super excited because that industry is growing at such a rapid pace. And you know, everyone wants to eat healthy, everyone wants to live longer, everyone wants to do all these things, stay in shape, and it's not going anywhere. And I think, you know, we're on the cusp of a huge things ahead.
That's fantastic. Maybe we talk a little bit about franchising. I mean, so what types of characteristics then, I mean, do you look for in your franchisees, Andrew?
Well, we look for self-motivated, interest aligns with the interests of our company, Rush Bowls, that they're focused on great service. It's super important to us that they're service-oriented people. That they are health-focused, that it's a passion of theirs. We really look for passionate people that want to feed really healthy, delicious food to people. And, you know, that most importantly, that they're driven and they want to succeed and they have realistic expectations.
That's great. For the training, Andrew, I mean, when you decide, you know, you like them, they like you, you know, and they want to come aboard as a franchisee, I mean, do they typically come out to Colorado then for the training? Is that how it works? And what does the training entail?
Yeah, we do quite extensive training because we want to make sure everyone is in a position to succeed. So we do on-site and off-site training. We have people come here to train at our retail locations to understand what's involved. We do something that's, I believe, a lot of other franchises do not do as readily. We do local marketing. Our CMO is Mark Kranchek, and he helps with the local field marketing. So understanding your marketplace, wherever that may be, and helping to reach out to the consumers there. And then we also go to wherever your location is, and we'll do training there, making sure you're ready. So really it's just, you know, hitting the throttle, as they would say, and just moving forward in a quick and educated situation.
That's great. Because you've been doing this a long time, you know, you could describe to our listeners, too, like a typical day. I mean, what is that like? You know, what does that entail, Andrew? You know, from, I guess, you know, when you open up the store to, you know, the end of the day and everything else in between.
Yes, the day in the life of, right? It's very exciting, and really. And one of the benefits of it is understanding you're seeing all sorts of different consumers in the day, and it's exciting because everyone's doing something a little. You're meeting a lot of interesting people. But you open the store, you make sure everything's in ready to go, and we open early, and we just want to serve people healthy breakfast. So at that particular time, we're making sure, you know, everything's loaded, everything's stocked properly, everything's set up for the rush, as they say. And, you know, throughout the day, you're talking to the consumers, you're making products, You're verifying, the inventories are right. You're interacting. And then at the end of the day, you're closing down. You're making sure the money is right. Your expectations on revenue is correct. What the next day will entail, making sure you have enough product. Just going through, talking with and training, maybe a new employee or an existing employee how to, I went to graduate school and we studied Deming philosophy, which is you can always improve. You can always do something better. And going over how, this might be a little faster, do it this way. And I've been doing that for 12 years. So we have it really down pat in terms of, the process. And then that only will help franchisees as we continue to grow. It's a really exciting, fulfilling day. And then, you start up. But where I think it really is fun for a lot of people is you're interacting with different consumers every day. And we have a lot of consumers. So it's really getting you see their face when they try that first bite of it, and they just light up. So it's one of those things, you're giving them healthy food, so you got to feel good about it. So
that's fantastic. What about the location, Andrew? I mean, what is the, I guess you could say, the ideal location? How much space is required to open up?
So that's another great question. The beautiful part of this model is it can be anywhere. We have interests all over, from Canada, California, Florida, New York, Texas, literally everywhere, Chicago. So the concept can be anywhere anywhere, really. Anyone who people who are interested in eating healthy.
Sure, of course,
that aspect. In terms of, one of the things we love about Rush Bowls, and I love, is its versatility. We can go into 600 square feet if you want just purely takeout, or if you want seating, you can go into 1,000, 2,000 square feet. And we're even looking at carts in the future, not really say carts, but say venues like coliseums or stadiums that want to provide their audience with healthy nutrition, and there's a lot of interest within that for our company. And so the versatility of it is off the charts.
That's fantastic. It sounds like someday, thinking of the hot dog wagons, Andrew said someday this is going to replace the hot dog wagons in New York City, right? And,
and unfortunately, both you and I can relate to that. That
exactly.
Would say dirty water dogs. So thank goodness it's the next generation.
Exactly. In studying your background too, Andrew, I can see, you have all these like entrepreneurial, characteristics and traits. One of the questions we like to ask someone like yourself is, what advice would you give to our listeners in their quest to buy a franchise? Most of them, they want to get into franchising, but we find that most of them are confused. They just don't even know where to begin because there's just so much out there today. And so, from everything that you know and learned, over the years, what would you suggest to them in their quest to buy a franchise?
Well, the number one thing I would say is find something a concept that you truly believe in, that you are passionate about, and have realistic financial expectations. And, you're going to work hard, but it's going to be something really enjoyable. And if you believe in it, and with proper training, we can, you want to put yourself in position for success, and that's what everyone shoots for. And it's just what I feel is someone really being, number one, passionate, understand the concept, and be like I said, realistic. Know that, if it's you or someone you hire, that they're going to be working the store, and that it's a very rewarding job, but it's something you got to believe in and want to do.
It must be nice for your franchisees too, and for you, that you are providing a really good product, but at the end of the day, you're also, you have this opportunity to make money, Andrew. It's not like you're, getting into some other, categories where the food may not be considered so, healthy, and things like that. So it must be gratifying for your franchisees, from that capacity as well, to make money, but also provide a good, healthy product at the same time.
and feel really good at what you're giving people. Like you said, the product is
right.
a rock star, and you're giving someone, you're not giving them a soda, you're giving them something that is nutritious to them. And if you're a health-focused person, it makes you feel good. And not only that, the customer feels good, and they come back every day wanting, whatever that may be, say a peanut butter and jelly bowl like I mentioned earlier. They love it. They need it. And you really, have that relationship, which is really special.
Right. Where do you see Rush Bowls, maybe if you to look into a crystal ball, Andrew, 3 to 5 years down the road? It seems like, as you said, this concept could be anywhere, and everywhere. So where do you see Rush Bowls 3 to 5 years down the road?
Well, we have a two-pronged approach to growth. So we're opening up corporate stores. Actually, one opens next week, which we're super excited about. And we're opening up a number of more over the coming 24 months. We're going to focus on opening a significant number of corporate stores, let alone having franchisees open up stores, which we have overwhelming interest with right now. So we're super excited about that. In terms of 3 to 5 years, we hope to have a significant number of corporate stores as well as a large number of franchisees in our network, and providing this healthy nutrition and just having a really focused objective, and having people that stick to our core beliefs and really understand the growth of the model. Because like we said earlier, this market, the healthy all-natural market, is growing, and we're on the cusp of it, and we're super excited about that.
That's fantastic. How can our listeners get more information on Rush Bowls as a product, Andrew, and also as the franchise opportunity? Any websites that they can go to get more information?
Yes. We have our website is Rush Bowls. That's RushBowls.com, rushbowls.com. And there's a ton of information about that, about the company, about franchising. And certainly there's always someone on our side of the fence to help you and guide you. So, there'll be a number to call or an email to reach, and we get back to everyone within 48 hours.
That's fantastic. I want to thank you for coming on this show, Andrew. I've been following Rush Bowls for some time now, and I'm glad I finally got to have you on the show, because I think this is a wonderful concept, and I'd really like to invite you back next year as you continue to grow. I think this is a wonderful opportunity.
Well, thank you so much. It's been an honor to be on your show, and I look forward to speaking to you soon.
Thanks so much, Andrew. And we'll be right back with more franchise interviews.
The Stone Coat Franchise Opportunity. Are you looking for a unique and lucrative franchise opportunity? If so, take a look at Stone Coat. With a patented process which creates a true stone finish on almost any wall or ceiling, Stone Coat is a true game-changing product in the multi-billion-dollar construction industry. Stone Coat is applied faster, cleaner, and cheaper than conventional quarried stone, which saves both time and money. With advantages in remodel and new construction of both residential and commercial projects, Stone Coat is a true crossover product. The Stone Coat franchise opportunity provides a low startup cost, low operating expenses, comprehensive training, ongoing support, and no royalty payments. For more information on the Stone Coat franchise opportunity, go to www.stonecoatfranchise.com. That's www.stonecoatfranchise.com, or call us at 972-380-2700. That's 972-380-2700. Are you looking for a franchise that delivers? Businesses will always need shipping, and for more than 25 years, loyal customers have depended on Unishippers for reliable savings and exceptional customer service. Unishippers is focused on just one thing: helping small and medium-sized businesses save time and money on all their shipping needs. And as the largest reseller of complete shipping services in the country, we have the buying power to ensure that we succeed. The Unishippers franchise offers low startup costs, no equipment or real estate required because they're not retail, residual income, and a quality of life and work-life balance. For more information on becoming a Unishippers franchisee, go to www.unishippers.com and click Franchise Opportunities or call Franchise Development at 801-708-5822. That's 801-708-5822.
Hi everyone, this is Marty McDermott from Franchise Interviews, and welcome to another edition of Great Quotes in Franchising, where each podcast you get to hear a great quote in franchising. You know, we've been hosting Franchise Interviews now over 8 years and over 400 shows, and during that time we've had some incredible quotes on our show. Today you're going to get to hear from Chris Simic, who is the founder of FranchiseTeacher.com, and Chris has over 30 years of business and franchise experience as an independent business owner, a franchisee, and a franchisor. And Chris said something very profound that we haven't heard on our show in over 8 years. He mentioned that you have to almost work harder to fail at franchising than to succeed in franchising, and he explains why.
Most people, about 90% I think I've seen, buy a business other than they first looked at.
Wow, that's amazing.
So
it's interesting, isn't it? I mean, that's a big number too, isn't it, Chris? You know, that, you know, most people, they go in with these certain expectations and they come out with something different, you know, and I find that fascinating.
I absolutely, it never ceases to astound me, but I think that speaks to the value of franchising as a business model and a business method, because people don't have to be in something just because they know it. And quite candidly, sometimes getting involved in a business that you would rather do that you were not involved in allows you the luxury of taking a new career path and to develop something you never would have had the opportunity to had it not been, you know, systematized and prioritized for you. You know, in franchising it's said that you have to really almost work harder to fail than to succeed, because if you have a good franchise system, if you follow directions, you have to almost purposely not follow them to not do well.
That's true. That's fantastic. We have this great quotes in franchising. I think we're going to put that one in there, Chris. I think that's very original, and it's very true. What advice would you give to our listeners? You know, we find that most of them, they're just beginning their search to buy a franchise, Chris, and we find that, you know, most of them just simply, they don't even know where to begin, like you were saying. What advice would you give to them?
I do, when I speak to people looking at franchise, I give them 3 different pieces of advice. One, make sure you're looking for a business for the right reason. Now, a lot of people have things happen in their life. They lose a job or something happens, and they react and maybe say, well, okay, maybe I'll go buy a business. That may not be the reason to do it versus having the luxurious selectivity that here's my opportunity that was created by some adversity. Second thing is that they have to make sure that they are able to be franchisees, that not everybody is designed to be able to follow the systems, procedures, and the processes it takes to be a successful franchise owner. And then I tell them quite candidly is pick a couple of the industries and the price ranges that may have interest to you, and then kind of pin down from there, either using the resources of a consultant or a broker or a team member, or on their own. Either way, but I think that if they take their time, follow the steps, and do it for the right reasons, they'll be on a much smoother pathway to success in owning their own business.
That's well said. What's in the future then for Franchise Teacher, Chris? I mean, where do you see the company 3 to 5 years down the road?
Well, Marty, we've been extremely fortunate and blessed that the business has been around, you know, through Century Franchise Group for many years. And our new FranchiseTeacher.com has taken off. We're representing right now, 7 plus brands. I think in 5 years our focus will really be even more fine-tuned as the consumer or the prospective business owner is looking for more and more specific information. Breaking down to teach, coach, consult, and advise, I think will be a way for us to assist people in what they need. You know, people again don't know what they don't know, but I think the information overload sometimes discourages people too early. They say, "This is too much for me to process." But we can break it down into bite-sized pieces. I think more and more people, especially the younger generation, who are looking for the advice and the information they want when they want it, I think is going to do nothing more than continue. Then our next business venture, which launches at the end of this year, is looking to capture all the different franchise brands around the world and put them into one place. So we're looking forward to a future, and franchising is going nowhere but growing. You know, as you
right
for a long time too, the number of franchise opportunities, and the world's getting to be a smaller place. I think you're going to find a lot of opportunities coming in and going out of different marketplaces in different countries, accessible to more people.
That's fantastic. What's the best way, Chris, for our listeners to get more information on franchiseteacher.com? Obviously, franchiseteacher.com, but any numbers you'd like them to call or email addresses?
Well, actually, we appreciate www.franchiseteacher.com, and my business partner Dave and I offer them the free 1-hour consultation. Fill out the form and take advantage of it. That's fantastic. I want to thank you again, Chris, for finally coming on the show. You know, I've been following your career for a long time now. You know, and I have just been very impressed with everything that you've done. You know, so when I saw this, I mentioned to you we don't typically call people to come on the show, you know, but I had to have you specifically on the show. So it was an honor and a privilege to have you on the show today. Marty, ditto, and again, congratulations on your PhD doctorate. I have read your thesis, and I would recommend it reading if people can get through
that's fantastic.
The information.
I really appreciate that you read it, too, because that's an honor coming from you. So that's fantastic. Well, I want to thank you again, Chris.
Thank you.
We'll be right back with more franchise interviews.